I've been waiting for so long to make this video. Why? Because I was waiting for this. This right here. The confirmation of the stats of the limit breaks for Madara. Okay, and these are the big boy stats that Madara got. I was just waiting for this. Now, as you're watching, as I'm publishing this video, maybe you're watching in the future, but as I'm publishing this video, Madara still has these stats. He has not been limit broken yet, but it's already confirmed. This will be the stats that he'll get. We don't know when. Maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in a month. We don't know, but we already know how he's gonna be, and I'm gonna be counting him as it is right here for this tier list. Now, also Kage, I'll also count her as a limit breaks, but that won't matter as much. Now let me hop in the tier list. This will be every relevant PvP unit. If I didn't mention a unit, it means either they don't do good on PvP at all, and you should not use them at all, or I just forgot, or maybe I didn't see them. I'll be honest, but mostly it's just because they're not very relevant. I hate that word, but it just is what it is. So yeah, it is kind of in order of release. It is in order of release. So this is how I would do. So first unit, Minato. He certainly was good, but not anymore. He just dies really easily. He dies from one jutsu in front of Sasuke. It's just not worth it. Gaara, same thing. This Gaara as well. Actually, this Gaara, I'll put in C tier. He can jutsu seal. It's just that the chances are really low. Sexy Jutsu Naruto, I'd still also put in D tier. I mean, I'll put him in terrible because literally he dies from one normal attack in front of Sasuke, so terrible. Madara, C tier. Sage 6 Paths Naruto. I would actually say Sage 6 Paths Naruto has got a little bit better because of Minato. You can put him behind Minato and he can work fine, but he's not gonna be anything great. Rinnegan Sasuke, also in the C tier. OT Naruto goes in the A tier. I'm only reserving the S tier for units that are absolutely insane. So OT Naruto goes in the A tier. CM2 Sasuke goes in the B tier. Sage 6 Paths Obito, I would also put in the C tier, yeah, for sure. Gaara is an S tier unit because he's the second fastest unit in the game, and speed is mostly of what is good on PvP. Rock Lee, I'll also put him in the B tier. He has not been too shown recently. I've not seen him on PvP at all, but he does one-shot skill Madara, which is no slouch. Neji is pretty good. Hinata is an S tier unit. She's incredible. Kakashi would also put him in the C. Most units are going to be in the C tier, by the way, because the C tier is kind of the average, right? They're not good, but they're not terrible. So it's like, most units are going to be in the C tier. That's probably what's going to happen. Hashirama is really good. Madara, the more I use him, the more I want to put him in the S tier. Because of his limit break, he becomes fast enough so he can come back after he does a normal jutsu, and he gives damage reduction around. I would honestly put him in the S tier, but because the units in the S tier are just absolutely astounding, I would have to put him in the A tier. But he's like an A tier, almost S tier, more than anything. Nagato is a D tier. It's sad, it's me, I know, it's sad. Haku and Zabuza, they become A tier. They become very impressive after the limit breaks. If you have them, I want to say, they, more than any unit that is going to be in the A tier, need to be max duped. But they certainly can be very impressive, especially Zabuza. Naruto, he goes in the B tier. He's actually very good. Sakura, she goes in the D tier. Ino, I want to say Ino is right now she goes in the C tier, but when she gets her limit break, she might go in the A tier. Maybe B tier, maybe A tier, man. She has a lot of potential with that limit break. Limit breaking Blazing Bashes are very important because, honestly, if you ask me how Haku would place before his limit break, I would say like D tier. So, but after, it just becomes really good. Shinen Sasuke goes with Shinen Naruto. I think Shinen Sasuke is a little bit better than Shinen Naruto. Actually, I think he's way better than Shinen Naruto, but he doesn't go to the A tier. Itachi is almost at the A tier, but because of how good other units became after he became a Blazing Bash, unfortunately he goes down to the B tier. It's sad because I have 2 of him max duped, but like, what can you do? And then Shisui is a D tier. So, big boy Sage 6 Paths Madara, hell yeah. Sage 6 Paths Madara, I can't really say how he would fare like in a top 10 situation, how he would place, but I can confidently say he's a top 5 PvP unit. No, dude, he's a top 5 PvP unit. He's gonna be insane after the limb break. Kaguya, before the limb break, I would put in the D tier, but now she has like 70,000 HP. I would put in the B tier. She's not gonna be anything you really want to use. She's gonna like in the lower tier of the B, but 70,000 HP is a lot. Orochimaru goes to the terrible tier. Kimimaru goes to the C tier. He, again, just like Ino, when he gets his near break, he's probably gonna go to the A tier. It's just one of those things, man. These units, when they get their near breaks, they're just completely different. It is what it is. You go to the terrible tier. Choji, again, most units are gonna be in the C tier. He can become really good again with the near break, but now as it is, he just doesn't. He's just the whole thing about Choji when he came out was that he would one-shot Gaara. But Gaara got his limit break and he doesn't get one-shot anymore. So Choji lost all of his thing. Tsunade also goes in the C tier. Tsunade would be very good if her chance of immobilizing was higher, but it's only 30%. And so does Jiraiya go. I wanna put Jiraiya here because nah, Jiraiya is not that great. Jiraiya is really not that great. Kabuto goes in the D tier. Sasori goes in the A tier. Sasori is very good. Deidara goes in the D tier as well. I would argue Deidara is worse than Kaguya. Honestly, I would argue that. Deidara is that bad. Final Very Naruto and Sasuke, of course, they go in the S tier. They're very good. You see them all the time on PvP. I don't need to tell you they're good. They are very good. Super Impact Naruto, huh? As much as I want to put him in the B tier, I have to put him like in the D tier or C tier. I just don't know where. Let me do it like this. I'll put him in the C tier and Sasuke in the D tier. Because Naruto is better than Sasuke, he always was. So I'll do it like this. Kakashi goes in the B tier. Rage Obito goes in the S tier. I want to place Kakashi in the A tier. Actually, I'm rethinking. I'm gonna put Kage in the C tier. Kage, like, she does. Even with 67,000 HP, even with 67,000 HP, I would still not see her as good as like Shin and Sasuke. So I really want to put in the C tier. My bad. I could be incorrect on this one. This is really just because I just saw her stats and that's all I see. I made the math on how much damage she's doing. Really good. Yeah, C tier. I feel like it's a proper place for her. Wisdom Mother goes in the D tier. Killer Bee goes in the terrible. Pain goes in the C tier. Konan goes in the C tier. Itachi goes in the D tier. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Kakashi. God damn it. Kakashi, he's really good, but he only does damage and that's all that he does. Like a lot of the time, his sheer amount of damage he does is gonna be very good. But a lot of the times as well, you're gonna want a unit like Rage Obito that does something when he jutsus, right? Kakashi doesn't. It's just only damage. That's all he does. So that's the problem with him. Killing Sasuke, I don't even have to explain what he does. You sure know what killing Sasuke does. Kakashi goes in the D tier. My guy goes in the C tier. Yeah, Kisame go in the terrible tier. This Sasuke, it's like a lot of times I say like he is really bad. Some people try to defend him, but he's just terrible. Itachi goes in the C tier. Actually, I feel like he can go in the B tier because I never see like him being used in a proper good way. But I look at his stats, I look at what he does, and he most certainly is a decent unit. But I've never seen him like actually stand out, which is a problem for him. Kakashi goes in the D tier. Obito, I would argue he's an A tier unit. Like Obito. I've been raging so much playing against Obito's using Final Fight Sasuke because he always dodges me, and those memories, man, they stick. I would put Obito in the A tier. Blazing Bash Minato, you go in the S tier, buddy. Hashirama goes in the D tier. Skill Madara goes in the A tier. He's very good as well. Kaguya is pretty good, but he's too slow. She's too slow. I'll put in the C tier. Skill Obito, he goes in the B tier. He most certainly can be very good, but most of the time he's just gonna get one-shotted by Sage Mode Naruto or Final Blade Naruto. He just has way too less health to compete with hard units that deal so much damage. Bravery Madara is most certainly an A tier unit. I would put him in the S tier, but I don't, because I know he's not. I just love him, but I know he's not an S tier unit. Tobirama goes in the terrible tier. This Minato goes in the D tier. I see this Minato quite a few times in like the lower ranks of PvP. Don't use him. Sage Naruto, he's an S tier unit, of course. He's the second best unit in the game. This Naruto goes in the D tier. This Sasuke, as much as I hate his hitbox, I need to say he's an A tier unit. He's really, really good. Indra is really good, and also at the same time he's not really good. If you have him fully duped, I mean, of course, all the units in here I consider them fully duped, because or else if I was to consider, oh, this unit has one dupe, this unit has two dupes, it would be too inconsistent. Everyone here is max duped, right? So if I have to consider Indra max duped, I would say he's A tier, because you have 30% damage reduction. You have all of those ignore stuff, ignore switch ceiling and stuff like that. He can be very, very good in your PvP team if you can make a strategy for him. And that, I would say he's in the lower end of the A tier, but he's still really good nonetheless. Mecha Naruto is a meme, okay? He's not... I wish it was good, but it's just a meme. Sakura is pretty good. I would say she's in A tier as well. Kakashi also A tier. And then Rock Lee, of course, when he released, he was an S tier unit, because the rule for the extra damage for the critical was in place, but nowadays it's not anymore. But he still gets those guaranteed crits nonetheless, which is not that bad, so I'll put him in the B tier. Then we have Shikamaru. Shikamaru, of course, in the S tier. He's like killing Sasuke on steroids. He's really, really good. KCM Naruto goes in like the B tier, I want to say. I mean, at least he can't be immobilized, but he's nothing great. And so the same thing for Skill Sasuke. Skill Sasuke, he has a lot of potential. He one-shots Final Fight Sasuke. He can immobilize his AoE. It's just that it's missing something. I don't know what it is, but it's missing something that just doesn't make him good. Obito is pretty good as well. I would say Obito, he's very slept on. He has damage reduction, he has a lot of health. His jutsu makes you go back to the speed gauge, and his AoE. Like, overall, this Obito is really... Can I put him in the A tier? I don't know if I can. I wanna, but I don't know if I can. He's really good though. He's really, really good. Hinata is an A tier. I didn't like Hinata when she came out. I didn't think she would be that great, but she certainly is. She's very, very good. Pain is a D tier. This Naruto is a D tier. I'll say he's terrible. Minato, of course, is the best unit in the game. Let me put him right here. And then we have Kisame. Now, Kisame, right? I know some people like him, but he's not very good. And then we have Itachi. This is the unit that pains me the most. The absolute most to place him here. But I have to place him in the B tier. If he's unduped, okay? If he is max duped, he goes to the A tier. If he's unduped, he goes to the B tier. He's really bad and unduped. If you're gonna use him, I know it's not released on global yet by the time I'm publishing this video, but if you're gonna use him, you need to max dupe him or else it's gonna be very bad. Itachi is not as good as Shikamaru, for example, that has the same ability. When you jutsu, you cannot be jutsu back. Shikamaru has a big difference. He gives damage reduction as a field skill. Itachi doesn't. That's a big difference. So Itachi, although he's really good max duped, you also have so many units you also need to max dupe, right? Minato, Sage Naruto, like Final Valleys, all these units, such as Expanse Mother, you could be using your dupe stones. I would certainly use dupe stones on those instead of Itachi, but I would say he's the worst out of the qualifier league, no, Kage League units, sorry. Out of all the Kage League units, Itachi is most certainly the worst, which hurts because I love Itachi. And then, okay, so these units, most people are not gonna know what they do by the time I'm releasing this video, so I'm gonna bring them up. Gaara on PvP, the only thing that he does is he has a 40% chance of immobilizing for 2 seconds one enemy. That's really, really bad, so I have to put Gaara in the D tier. He has a lot of health, but really, he's just not very good. And then Daedra, the only thing that he does really is 5.1 towards 1 forces back row enemy to switch. So he does the same thing as Heart, Hashirama, and Sage Mode Naruto, but he lacks what those units have, which Sage Mode Naruto makes them go back in the speed gauge, and Hashirama has a lot of damage reduction. So Daedra, although he's not bad, he's not great, I'll put in the B tier, because switching your enemy is really good, but he's missing those core elements. Actually, oh, he's 5 chakra? Oh, I thought he was 4 chakra. No, you go to the C tier, buddy. I mean, he can work, but he's just bad because he's 5 chakra, so this is my PvP tier list. If I want to, like, rearrange the S tier right here, I would put it like this. I seriously want to say Sage 6 Paths Madre is, wait. Let me just make this real quick. Boom. Something like this. Maybe you can say the final values are better than Minato or better than Rage Obito, but I'm very strong about Sage 6 Paths Madre being now the 3rd best unit in the game for PvP, right below Minato and Sage Naruto. Minato and Sage Naruto are just incredibly, stupidly good, so really, I don't think they can be beaten for a while, but Sage 6 Paths Madre having 57,000 health is gonna be so good. So if you have him, okay, max dupe him. He is a necessary unit. He's incredible in PvP, and he's gonna be amazing PvE as well if you care about that. So max dupe him, max limit break him when the limit break comes. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is the PvP tier list. Let me go back from the bottom to the top again. Boom.